Where words leave off, music begins. Hey guys, I'm Edison T, Crux, and today I want to talk to you about music. I was sitting down and doing some work on episode 3, the new episode of Enoc Anthologies Season 2. And if you're not in on Enoc Anthologies yet, seriously check it out. This season in particular, Season 2, is really off to a great start. And Season 1, the whole collection's available for $1. So, you're not even investing anything. But anyways, to get really kind of in the zone, to really get in the feeling of the characters and of the setting, sometimes I use music to get myself there. Because music does connect on a whole nother level. Music is in its own way a form of magic. And it can say so much more than words alone can sometimes. You know, it's almost like emotion outside of just words. So I really like using music sometimes. And I really sometimes like assigning different songs that, even if I wouldn't listen to them while writing, because sometimes that can be distracting, if they have lyrics that can kind of throw you off, but having songs that inspire me and get me in the feeling of the story and of certain characters and of certain situations can make all the difference and really improve the quality of the writing and make it more fun. It's so much more fun if you just got jazzed up listening to music that really fits that character or that situation that's going on. So I love using music in combination with storytelling. And you notice that I think that's a human trait, honestly. You think about movies, right? That's another great storytelling medium is in the form of movies, because it combines visual and auditory. And it's storytelling, just similar to a book, but you use different senses. But in there, the soundtrack of a movie can make or break how the story is told. If it has a different kind of tone of music, it will completely change how the story is being told. So I think as humans, we're hardwired to translate music into stories, which is really cool. So I thought I would take a moment and share with you guys at least some of the songs that particularly helped me get in the feeling of, at least of Will Lewis, of the main character of Tale of the Wisconsin Werewolf and of Enoc Anthologies, which takes place right after Wisconsin Werewolf. Him being the main character, I like to, obviously I'm already pretty well in his head, but certain songs help me get into that feeling of the struggles that he faces, which is really cool. I'm also working on something kind of neat, is I'm working on making my own personal, unofficial Wisconsin Werewolf or Enoc Tales soundtrack. Just using different songs and such, it would be a YouTube playlist, but making a soundtrack of songs that I personally feel fit the mood and theme of Tale of the Wisconsin Werewolf, of the Enoc Tales, as a whole. Maybe do some of Tale of the Givaudan Beast, and absolutely when Tale of the Twin City Vampires gets going here, I will work on a playlist for that. But here's just a little bit of a preview of 2 of the songs that absolutely will be on that playlist, that I feel they really help me get into the struggle of Will as a character. Particularly, oh my gosh, with what's going on right now in Enoc Anthologies, oh man, the struggle is real. The struggle is very real. So this really does help with that. But the first one on that list is Hero by Skillet. I find a lot of Skillet's songs actually, to me, I can connect those with some of the struggles that Will faces. That one in particular, I like for Will, because it's talking about how you're just human. He's only human. He can't, he is not more than that, and that he's up against more than he can handle, but finding that strength within himself to be the hero that he has to be. And that, to me, that's a lot of what Will is about, particularly in the end of Wisconsin Werewolf, and as Enoc Anthologies is developing, and as the series develops throughout. I really see that as being a recurring theme, which I think people like. I love that about him, is that he's so normal and mundane, but brings himself to do extraordinary things because it has to be done, because he digs deep and becomes what he has to be. So Hero by Skillet is the first song that I would say on that playlist that I'm listening to right now, not literally right now, but that I'm listening to as I'm getting pumped up to write this new episode of Anthologies to represent Will and to get me in the mindset of Will. So that's the first one. This other one that is particularly appropriate for the end half of Wisconsin Werewolf, and also with the turn of events, the crazy turn of events that's been going on in Enoc Anthologies, this song is particularly appropriate for him there too. And that is The Animal by Disturbed. Now, that one really represents that, it's a werewolf song, which is kind of cool. But I think that song in particular, it's because there's other songs kind of about werewolves and about the monster within. There's a song, Monster by Skillet. You know, you probably know that if you know much of Skillet songs. It's a very popular song, but the feeling on that song just does not fit for me. It's not as good a fit, feeling and emotion-wise. It sends you down a whole different way. I don't like it as much for this. But The Animal by Disturbed, that to me feels much more authentic to what the beast feels like, and what having that kind of monster inside of you feels like, and kind of the struggle of maintaining that. So that's another one that I really think fits that kind of that duality that he faces, which is definitely a good one to check out and to kind of get in that mindset. A little trivia for you, that's actually one of the two songs, The Animal, is one of the two songs I listened to, I actually had playing in the background as I was writing the climax scenes from Tale of the Wisconsin Werewolf, you know, like the battle at the fairgrounds and all of that. The Animal was one of these two songs that I listened to really get into that feeling, into that emotion for those scenes. And I think it really helped. I'll reveal the other one another time, which is actually my favorite of the two as far as the beast and really eerie writing music. I'll share that another day, just to leave you in total suspense there. So that is two of the songs out of that playlist. Now, if you're watching this video like on YouTube or on Facebook, there's also a blog post that's going to be attached to this, and I'm going to have videos of those two songs that I just mentioned in that blog post too, embedded in there. So if you want to really quickly and easily, listen to those, see what I'm talking about, there's a link to the blog post in the description. Check it out, because then you can see those and listen to those songs too, kind of see what I'm talking about there. And again, I'll also have a link down there for Enoc Anthologies. Get it. It's really getting good. You want to get in on this. Seriously. It's interactive storytelling. How can you not be excited about that? And the other thing I really want you to do now is I want to hear what you think. I want to hear what your playlist would be, right? I mean, it can start with, Tale of the Wisconsin Werewolf, Enoc Tales, your Enoc Tales soundtrack. I would love to hear what songs you know of kind of fit that feeling and that emotion to you. But then also, even if you don't have anything for the Enoc Tales, what other books that you've read that maybe they don't have a movie for it out yet, or even if they do, what books are there a song that you would pick to be in that soundtrack for that book? Now, here's the one little catch to that rule. If it's a book that has a movie made of it already, then don't put anything that's actually on the soundtrack. Okay, that's cheating. get a little more creative here, folks. If it's actually on that movie's soundtrack, then no, you can think of something better than that. But even if there is a movie adaptation, like maybe if you're really into Hunger Games, the new movie just came out. If you're really into whatever, even if you're into Twilight, I'll still listen to what you got to say. But I'd love to hear some of your book soundtrack ideas, whether it's from the books that I write or other books that you're really into. It's cool stuff. It's really fun. It connects on another level. So in those comments down below, right down there, wherever, depending on where you're viewing this video, leave your comments on some of your favorite songs that make you think of a certain book or story that you like. And yeah, it's really fun stuff. Like I say, that's something that to me, I really enjoy. And I'd love to hear some of the songs and music that makes that connection for you too.